Yo guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Chelsea Review. This is the series where I go over the weekly activities of Chelsea Football Club. So, what's been kicking off at Cobham this week? The Blues hosted Wolves at home on Monday, and we started off well by clearly looking to be the better team, which culminated in Chelsea scoring in under 25 minutes, courtesy of Tosin Darabioyo, who scored his third goal this season, and his first in the league for Chelsea. However, this opening goal seemed to wake Wolves up. After that goal, they seemed to be more aggressive, and the ball was in Chelsea's half more for the rest of the first half. This culminated in a Wolves corner which Robert Sanchez attempted to catch, only for the ball to slip out of his hands and give Matt Doherty a simple tap-in. Now, this just really frustrates me. We had done so well, and of course it's a mistake at the back that cost us our lead. If we don't make improvements to our backline either this transfer window or in the summer, we're not winning another title for a while. Anyway, during half-time, I came up with a new segment to do if Chelsea lose the game. No, that's someone else's. Thankfully, this segment will not have to be used. Luckily, we came back in the second half and Marc Correa and Noni Madueke scored to put the game to bed. Trevor Chalobah got man of the match in this game, picking up an assist as well. This is unsurprising. He had a great game. Testament to why he shouldn't have been loaned out in the first place. And Noni Madueke got another goal against Wolves. He really loves scoring against Wolves this season. No idea why though. Now, I'm going to do a new segment, the ratings. This will be the segment where I rate how I felt the Chelsea players did in this game. We'll start with the goalkeeper and work up. Robert Sanchez. He had a horror game. He is once again proving how he does not deserve to be our first choice keeper, but I'll do more on that later. He gets a 5 out of 10. Marc Cucurella. He had a good game. He scored at Bridge again. I can't complain. He gets an 8 out of 10. Trevor Chalobah. He is my man of the match as well. He had a solid first game back, grabbed an assist as well. And I can't give him a 9 because he didn't keep a clean sheet, because of some people. So he gets an 8 out of 10. Tosin. He also had a solid game, got himself a goal. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Reece James. This was his first full start after injury, and honestly, I can't complain. He came off in the 77th minute though to conserve his fitness, which is fair enough. I'll give him an 8 out of 10 as well. Moises Caicedo. He had a good game as well. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. I didn't really think he had a good game, but he somehow got an assist, and so for that I'll have to give him a 7 out of 10. Pedro Neto. He didn't really have a great game either. I felt that he didn't really have the impact that he should have, and he came off in the 62nd minute in the place of Sancho, so I'll give him a 6. Cole Palmer. He also had a quiet game, but I suppose you can't always have a big impact on every game. So, yeah, he also came off in the 84th minute in place of Joao Felix. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 as well. Noni Madueke. He had a great game. Well, he is the owner of Wolves FC after all. I wish he could have got another hat-trick, but oh well, you can't have everything. I'll give him an 8 out of 10.
Nicholas Jackson.
Again, he had a quiet game. There are a few chances that he could have maybe put away, but it wasn't so bad this time. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Right, and now on to the subs, starting with Jadon Sancho. Yeah, I felt he had a good game. He made a good impact off the bench. From me, he gets a 7 out of 10. Axel Disasi. This was one of his better games, I felt. He gets a 6 out of 10. Malo Gusto. He also had a good impact off the bench, as he replaced Reece James. He also gets a 6 out of 10. And so that was the Wolves game. And there were no other games that week, right? The Blues went to the Etihad on Saturday night. Most Chelsea fans had high hopes about this game, with City coming off a defeat in the Champions League to PSG. And the Blues were coming off their win to Wolves the week before. Surely it would go well, right? Boy, I was wrong. The game did start off well for us, with a mistake from Manchester City's newest signing Kuzanov gifting us a goal, with Nicholas Jackson unselfishly passing to Noni Madueke, who scored. I'm actually so happy Jackson did that. The form he's been in at the moment, the final score probably would have been 3-0 instead of 3-1. It was not a good game from Kuzanov, really. He gifted us a goal inside 5 minutes, and then fouled Cole Palmer 2 minutes later, which gave him a yellow card, and then he was hooked at like the 50th minute. At the other end of the pitch, and it was not a good game for City's other new signing, Omar Marmoush, with him putting the ball into the back of the net and it being offside. There are actually several instances Marmoush was offside, and another of his shots were actually saved by Robert Sanchez. One of the few good things he actually did in this game. And Man City's efforts finally paid off as Gvardio scored a simple tap-in into an empty Chelsea net to put City back on level terms. And then it only went from bad to worse for Chelsea. After their first goal, City actually looked dangerous and ready to end the game whenever. Of course they did, but it was because of one man, Robert Sanchez. This guy has cost us 5 unnecessary goals this season. City went 2-1 up after an Ederson long ball found Erling Haaland, who realised Robert Sanchez was on the edge of his box and then decided to dink the ball over him, which found the back of the net. Then Phil Foden put the game to bed in the 87th minute, and that ended a depressing game, I'll be honest. And I'll be seeing Robert Sanchez in my nightmares for the next week. Right, let's get on to the ratings. Robert Sanchez. This man was the reason we lost, okay? 2 mistakes from him, 2 stupid mistakes, cost us the entire game. I'll go over it in a minute, but we're not done on this topic. He gets a 2 out of 10 from me. Mark Cucurella. He had a quiet game, for obvious reasons. He gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Levi Colwill. He also had a quiet game. He'll get a 6 out of 10 as well. Trevor Chalobah. He again showed how good he was, and he'll get a 6 out of 10 as well. Yeah, just for reference, most of the squad will probably be getting 6s or lower. We had a howler. Reece James. He got pocketed by Gvardiol all night, which is something that really can't be happening. But you can see City's tactic was for James to man-mark Marmoush, which allowed Gvardiol to run in through. It's not his fault, he is only human after all. Moises Caicedo. He'll get a 6 out of 10 out of P. He had a decent game. Fernandez. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. He's had better games. Palmer. He'll also get a 6 out of 10. He also had a quiet game, and it's now the second game in a row that's happened. This might be harsh, but I'm giving him a 5 out of 10. Because we all know what he can do. And he did look a little bit off it at the beginning, which is a shame. Speaking of Cole, a video emerged of Pep Guardiola speaking to Cole Palmer after the game. Let's be real, guys. He's probably just saying to Cole that Chelsea are hopeless and he needs to come back. Noni Madueke. He was probably one of the best things about this game. He got the only goal for us inside 3 minutes, and it's a shame the whole team dropped off afterwards because they started off really well. He gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Jadon Sancho. He was also fairly good. He had a shot blocked by Kuzanov not long after Madueke's opener, which was probably one of the few good things City's new centre-back actually did on Saturday. Sancho will also get a 7 out of 10 from me.
Nicholas Jackson.
He was alright. He got himself an assist, somehow. He could have scored himself maybe not long after, but oh well. So he'll also get a 7 out of 10. And on to the substitutes, starting with Christopher Nkunku. He has actually been an incredibly lazy player as of recent. I thought he would make a difference when he replaced Jackson, but he really didn't. And it's just so clear that he just doesn't want to be there anymore and he actually wants to go somewhere else. And so for that, he'll get a 4 out of 10 from me. Malo Gusto. He came on for Reece James in the 73rd minute. Honestly, the same thing that happened to Reece James happened to him. so I'll give him another pity 6 out of 10. Pedro Neto. He has been really quiet recently, and I'm hoping we will see more of him in the near future, but for now, he'll get a 6 out of 10 from me. Now, we really must talk about the very pressing issue of Robert Sanchez. It has been stated by Sky Sports that Sanchez has now made 5 errors leading to goals this season. This is the same number as Ipswich goalkeeper Muric, and he's now been dropped by the Ipswich squads in favour of other goalkeepers. And Sanchez may now face the same fate. However, I doubt that Sanchez may now face the same fate, because he is still being backed by Enzo Maresca, who has stated that he trusts the Spanish shot stopper. Enzo, mate, when your keeper is here when Erling Haaland is running through on goal and you still trust him, there's a problem. Enzo Maresca needs to do something similar to what Maurizio Pochettino did last year. Pochettino replaced Sanchez with Petrovic when Sanchez got injured. However, he stayed with Petrovic for the rest of the season when he realised how much better Petrovic was. Maresca needs to give Jorgensen a chance, or bring back Kepa. Anyone is better than this guy. This is what happens when you replace Kepa with Brighton's third choice keeper. And you know he's bad when what Mark Goldbridge says about Andre Onana is relatable here.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Sold that twatting goal!
However, it has been announced that while Maresca did back Robert Sanchez, he did not guarantee he will start in goal against West Ham. Especially when West Ham look to have had a makeover under Graham Potter. This will mean that Philip Jorgensen will get another chance between the sticks. And if you ask me, I think they need to recall another player from loan. Something really needs to be done about Robert Sanchez. He has proven that he cannot be trusted if we want to be in the top 4 at the end of the season. The same can also be said if we want to win a trophy this year. We can win the Conference League, maybe the FA Cup, probably not the league. But we need a world-class keeper if we actually want to win something. Oh, and let me just remind you. Maybe now is a good time to give Kepa another chance. However, it has been confirmed by Maresca that they are not going to recall Kepa, which is a shame because Sanchez, as I have already said, is shit. While we're on the topic of transfers, let's get into the transfer news. It's looking to be a busy final 2 weeks of the transfer window for Chelsea. Renato Vega has completed his loan move to Juventus. It's a shame since we just got him and he looked to be finding his feet at Chelsea. But oh well, good luck to him in Italy and we'll see you in the summer. According to Fabrizio Romano, personal details between Aston Villa and Axel Disasi have been agreed. We are just waiting for a here we go. Aston Villa have also been eyeing Joao Felix, someone who has not gotten as much playing time as he would have hoped for when he returned to Chelsea over the summer. But it has been reported that Chelsea have shown interest in Villa's John Duran. But this was obviously not to be, as John Duran joins Al Nassr for an undisclosed fee, according to Sky Sports. But if you listen to Fabrizio Romano, it's in the ballpark of €77 million. He will be linking up with the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Sadio Mane. Good luck to him out there, and how long he'll stay there will remain to be seen. It has also been reported by Fabrizio Romano that Mathys Tel is leaving Bayern because of his lack of playing time. This announcement has sparked great interest from Chelsea as a good replacement for Nkunku, who is keen to leave. Speaking of Nkunku, Manchester United have shown interest in the player, and it has been stated by pundits that he would definitely improve the squad. There were also links between Nkunku and Bayern Munich, but this is only speculation and nothing else has occurred. There has been much more recent news regarding Mathys Tel. Tottenham sent a proposal to sign him for €60 million. This has been rejected by the player. Man U, Chelsea and Aston Villa are all in contact. But it is most likely that Tel will stay at Bayern until the summer. There was also the news that we could get Alejandro Garnacho, but it has been confirmed that he will not join Chelsea, with the winger stating that Chelsea can buy him on FIFA. Don't worry boss, I probably will. In much more recent news, Crystal Palace are reportedly interested in signing Ben Chilwell. The left back was frozen out by Enzo Maresca over the summer, and he was told when the transfer window opened that he should look for places elsewhere. Palace are keen to get a replacement for Tyreek Mitchell, who could leave before the end of the window. But at the late stage of the transfer window, a move for either of these players seems unlikely. But in news from the last few hours,
Here we go.
that's right, Cesare Castade is leaving Chelsea and going to Torino. According to Fabrizio Romano, the deal is all done, with Chelsea getting €15 million for the player, plus a 25% sell-on clause. So, in conclusion, a good game against Wolves, and a terrible game against Man City. Hopefully we can get back into 4th place in the table after beating West Ham tomorrow night. And hopefully Robert Sanchez doesn't start that game as well. If he does, some serious questions need to be asked. He has proven he is simply not good enough, and he needs to get better before we can start him again, I feel. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this week's episode of the Chelsea Review. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new around here. That's all from me. Thank you, and goodbye. Hi, it's Liam here, but you don't know that because of my dodgy webcam. That's why you should subscribe so I can buy a new one.